Hi, I'm Val. We're going to talk today about being a foodie, where food comes from, why it's important, and it just is, and I love food. My previous life, I worked in restaurants. I was a sous chef, a baker, all kinds of good things. So we're going to talk about food. All gatherings that you have, family gatherings, Christmas, Thanksgiving, any of those birthday parties, food is always involved. Food is important, it brings people together. I like to feed people, I love food, and that's my favorite thing to do is cook. Today we're going to talk about eggs. I wanted to do that because there are so many things you can do with eggs, and they used to be inexpensive. Once the avian flu is taken care of and we get more chickens, prices will go down. Right now they're kind of expensive, but we're still going to talk about eggs. I'm going to show you the perfect egg, hard-boiled egg. So, take your pot, however many eggs you're going to do. I've just got 3 in here. You just put cold water just to cover them, and these are perfect every time. Always wash your hands first. I did that, but I should have. Anyway, always wash your hands. If you have long hair, pull your hair back. Okay, this is stock we're going to use later. Ugh. So we're going to put our eggs on. They're slightly they're covered. Put a little salt in there. That makes the eggs easier to peel after. So put some salt in. Okay, let's cover her up. Turn our heat up. This is an induction burner, and it brings the heat up really fast and brings it to a boil pretty quickly. So the idea is that you put your eggs in here, bring it to a boil. Once it comes to a boil, you put the lid on it, turn the heat off, and let them sit for 8 to 10 minutes. Since this comes up to heat really quickly, with an induction burner, you might let them sit for 12 or 15, whatever. If you like a soft-boiled egg, you just pull it out sooner, after 8 minutes, 3 minutes, whatever. You've heard of a two-minute egg or 6-minute egg? That's kind of what they're talking about. So, once this comes to a boil, we will take them out and peel them, and you're going to see a perfect egg. The white is not rubbery, it's soft and delicate, and the yolk is nice and creamy, and it can be hard if you want it, or creamy and still a little bit loose. But there's no green ring around it. They're perfect. So, that's eggs. Ta-da, eggs. We're also going to talk about how many types of eggs there are. There are, if you just want a fried egg, you could do sunny side up. That's putting your egg in the little pan, and I suggest you have one pan that's for eggs. I have an egg pan at home. That's what I make all my omelets in and everything. So you just put your egg in there and let it cook under medium, low heat, and sunny side up. You don't turn it. So it's fully set white and still runny yolk. If you want an over easy, you put it in there. I'll demonstrate those too after we get our eggs done. We're gonna do omelets first. So we're gonna talk about omelets. We're gonna make a quick omelet. You could put cheese in them, you could put herbs in them, you could put mushroom, any vegetable that you like. I'm just gonna show you a quick, easy omelet. So, sorry eggs, y'all are gonna wait over here. So an omelet, oh lordy. Some handy dandy utensils are a whisk. I'm not going to use a whisk right now because I have a huge one. So you can use a fork. You don't have to have a lot of fancy stuff. Omelets, we'll make a 2-egg omelet. A quick, easy, simple 2-egg omelet. You just crack your eggs into a bowl. Put these in your compost. You have to have a compost pile. Right now it's the garbage. But compost your eggshells. Just whip it up. I like to add a little bit of cream because it fluffs up the eggs and it gives them a really velvety texture. You didn't know all this stuff about eggs, did you? I mean, it's so easy. Okay. We're going to put a small pat of butter in our pan. Olive oil works great too. Don't use margarine. I'm talking butter. You don't have to say real butter. It's either butter or it's not. So use butter. Olive oil's great. Some people put water in this part. So you just melt the butter or the oil, swirl it. Add your eggs. Okay, if you had herbs, parsley, green onion, whatever herbs you like, you can add them now. But you can see how the edges are starting to cook and it's bubbling a little bit. You just let that go. Oops, butter. Okay, so that's firmed up. So you can gently move it, let the raw egg flow in, just like that. All right, just gonna let it set up. I think omelets need cheese. Not everybody does, but I like cheese on my omelets. So this is the fun part. It's still a little wet there, but you just flip it over. I like shredded cheese, but I didn't have it, so we're using sliced. Oops, let's go this way. So there you are. You would put in your pieces of meat now, some crumbled bacon, chunked up ham, whatever you like if you want that. Spinach is awesome because it just wilts down. That's a good one. Mushrooms, whatever you like on an omelet is what you do. So we're gonna get a plate. Should move that out. Okay. This is your omelet. You could fold it a tri-fold, but you just slide it onto the plate and flip it over. Ooh, I didn't season that at all. It's nice to put salt, pepper, and I put garlic on everything. So, oh, Cavender's is the best. You must use Cavender's. So we'll sprinkle it. This would have been nice to do in the pan, but you know, I forgot. Fresh cracked black pepper is always good. Little sea salt, and voila, omelette. So this is a very simple omelet, just cheese. So you do it however you like, do whatever you like. But there's that. So we're gonna put our eggs back on to boil. And I guess I have to talk for a while. So a simple soup that you could do is egg drop soup. Everybody loves egg drop soup, right? We're not gonna make the crunchy wonton noodles or anything like that. This is just stock I have, chicken stock. Quick, easy way to make soup. I like to use stock. It's a lot heartier than a broth. This is beef broth, but they make beef broth or chicken broth. If you use a broth, it's great. You can make it heartier or stronger or more beefy flavor or chicken flavor if you just put it in the pan and let it reduce. That means let some of the water evaporate. If you start with chicken stock, it's a little heartier and stronger, more flavor right from the beginning. So we want to bring that to a boil. You'll want to cover, I don't know, I guess a couple of eggs. Compost. Okay. Whip your eggs. Oh, look, we got boilage. Okay, so this is a really nice stock. All you do, let's take it away. So this is the stock. You can see how dark it is. Oh, man, that means flavor. So take it off. It's hot. We will. Okay, just swirl it around. That's all you have to do. Swirl the soup or the stock. You could have eggs. Not eggs. Oh, look at what happens. So pretty. Sometimes it's called egg flour soup. Sometimes it's called egg drop soup. All it does is scramble the egg, cook it. And then, have you eaten egg drop soup at the Chinese restaurant? Oh, it's so good. They put a lot of thickener in that makes it a little gelatinous kind of. Anyway, this is an awesome soup. You can add strips of chicken, mushrooms, green onions, whatever you like. Do whatever you want. But here is, when you're on a budget and you're in college, this is a little quick, easy, inexpensive, because eggs are going to go back down. Even if they don't, you're just using a couple of eggs. but you made egg drop, what you can do is add ramen to it. So you'll have ramen and noodles. I mean noodles and, I know, this one is picante chicken, so it's a little spicy. Okay, so we're just gonna add the stuff. Do it or don't, that's up to you if you like the seasoning. It's a lot of sodium, folks, but you know, do what you will. Okay. Drop our little noodles in. There are a lot of things you can make with ramen. Ramen is cheap. The one packet is like 36 cents. Sometimes they're on sale for like a quarter a pack, or you can buy the big case of it. It's a cheap way to get by, but I would suggest doing, not making a mess, but doing this and then adding, like if you have leftover chicken or leftover any kind of meat, you can put that in there. If you like tofu or tempeh, it's really good to go in here. It just boosts up the protein. But with the egg, you've got protein. Another way to make this, since it's really not the best thing for you because it's got a lot of sodium in it, first of all, don't add the seasoning packet, use your own seasoning. But, we're gonna add a little Cavender's because it's the best seasoning ever. And I do have a heavy hand with seasoning, except with the salt. I don't use a lot of the salt. But S&P is goes in everything almost. S&P. And then G, salt, pepper, garlic. So S&P and garlic. Okay, noodles are cooking. Another thing I'd like to see you do if you use ramen, do the egg or don't, but I'd really like to see you put in some vegetables just to make it a little more nutritious. You know, these are, oh, and I buy frozen, not canned. Please don't use canned vegetables. Look at the peas in this. They're bright green and firm and beautiful, just good peas. You buy canned peas, they're kind of gray and mushy. We don't like that. So get frozen vegetables. There are a lot more nutrition in them because they're picked when they're fresh and flash frozen. So use either one of these, cauliflower and broccoli. All you do, and I really don't like cauliflower and broccoli frozen because they're mushy, but let's just do it all. There you go. You've got ramen that's a little bit more nutritious than just plain old ramen. You've got protein from the egg, got your vegetables. It really is not bad. So y'all will try that here in a little bit. Okay, so let me clean this off a little bit. And let's talk about examples of eggs. Here's what I'm gonna do with this. Got an omelet. We've got our soup. We'll just let that go. Okay, eggs. Here's an example of how, okay, sorry. I'll try not to do that anymore. Really bad puns. Okay, let's just do first. Kaylee or Kaylee, can I have one of you come be my assistant? Please. There. I'll just need you to grab a plate whenever we need it. Because we're going to do different. No, yeah, okay. We'll get over here. All right. First egg, let's do over easy. People ask for over easy because they want a runny yolk. If you order over easy, you're going to get a runny white and a runny yolk. Blech. But all you do, pop it in the pan. It's so simple. Okay. Season it with salt, pepper. Do your S&P if you like. I'm just gonna show you how it goes. So there's a runny white. It's not completely set. Flip it and let the other side cook, and then you're gonna put it on a plate. So I need a plate from up there, please. Okay, this is an over easy egg. You can see on the sides here, we still have unset white, which is disgusting to some people. but not to others. Okay, and the yolk is just barely warmed. So that is an over easy. I guess we can put them all on one plate instead of getting a million plates out. So there's that. You can put it wherever you can find the spot. And then you can stay with me. So over medium, it's the same thing. We're putting our egg in. Guess where these are going? In the compost, you're right. Okay, so we just let it cook. This is kind of a boring, you know. If you have a good egg pan, it will just slide right over. So it's all wet and runny here. Okay, so do you know the white is the part that has all the well, no, that has the protein, but it's called the albumin. I don't know. I don't know if anyone knew that. The white is the albumin. Learned something interesting. Okay, we're gonna let it cook until the white is set. The yolk will still be runny. One thing you can do to help this along is cover it. Anytime you cover, it's called basting or whatever, but this keeps the heat in. Okay, it just keeps the heat in and helps the air circulate here instead of just going off into the kitchen. Let's flip it again. You don't always flip it again, but oh, yep, that's set. Dueling pans. So the white is set. There's no runniness in the white, but the yolk is really nice and runny. So this one, you can see how you got white, and there's your yolk. This one, it's a little bit set, but the white is all set. Oh, that's perfect. I don't know if you guys know this, but eggs are amazing. And if you have it soft like this where the yolk just spills out, it makes an amazing sauce. Over hard, I think you know what that is. It's hard. There's no movement in the yolk. It's firm and hard, no runniness, you know, and the white is dead. So that is over easy, over medium, and over hard. Now you know how to order your eggs when you go out to the restaurants. Another thing we can do is an omelet. An omelet is a really simple thing. You add whatever vegetables and meats you like, or cheeses, or simply just put your egg in there, flip it, you've got an omelet. A frittata is a lot of eggs. Like you'll make several eggs, put your cheeses, your vegetables, and your meats in that, and then pour it in your pan and simply make like, well, we're not going to flip it or anything. You leave it in there, it sets, and it cooks from both sides, and it looks like a pie when it's finished. You just put it out on the thing, and it's a round pie. You cut it into wedges and serve it. You've got everything you need right there. If you wanted to, you could do the very same thing, but put all of the ingredients in a pie shell. Then you bake it. That's a quiche. Egg is a complete protein. If you're a bodybuilder, or even if you're not, you just need a quick fix, something to eat in a hurry, eggs are perfect. So we all know how to scramble eggs. If you want a nice fluffy egg, add a little cream to it. Cream is amazing. It's not good for you at all, but it is the best food ever. Cream and butter are the winners. So you just whip your eggs, put them in. You all know how to do it. Just stir them around. Voila, you have scrambled eggs. And you can add stuff to that too if you like. Anyway, welcome to the world of the beautiful, complete protein eggs.